This is a video to show you how to sign up to Bandlab and start making some music with it. It's a really good program and it's completely free. It works best on a computer, so a laptop or a PC. Okay, so the first screen you should see is this one. If you've clicked on the link that I've sent you in your email. If you don't see this screen, you might see one asking for code. I have also sent you the code and that leads you to this screen. If you have used Bandlab before, don't obviously try and rejoin. Instead, you need to press the login button, which is at the bottom of the screen, and then log in from there. And if you've forgotten your password, which is fair enough, press the I've forgotten my password button and it will send an email to your school email address and you can reset. Because if you try and look like you're joining up again, it'll tell you you've used that email address before. If you're confused about that, just see me. So first thing I want you to do is put in your proper name, so your first name and your second name. I've invented a pupil for this. He's called Dale Long, so let's put in Dale's name. Please do make sure you put your surname in, because there might be someone else with the same first name as you. Next thing you need to do is put in your email address. Use your school email address for this. So if you're not sure what that is, it'll be the year you leave school, then your first name dot second name, and then the rest of it is the same for everybody at school, so it's always at lhs.aspireplus.org.uk. Okay, so that's your email address. So obviously Dale Long isn't a real pupil, so it doesn't have a real school email address, so I am going to use a different email address. Okay, so that's just one I've made up. And then you need a password for it as well. So make sure it's something that you're definitely going to remember. There's nothing too secret on this, so it doesn't matter if it's a little bit easy to guess. Just make sure it's something you're going to remember. Okay, and then you press sign up. You press I am not a robot. And you may test that in a minute, I think. Let's have a look. You can add a picture if you like, but there's no need to. You don't have to click on any of these things. You don't have to change this user thing. Just press continue. And you should get a thing like this. Now I've created a trial class there. Trial McTrial Face is my trial class. And that's the class that this fictional pupil, Dale Long, is in. But yours will be in 7A or 8A or whatever. It'll be in your class, and you can see that's our school. Alright, so let's get into the actual stuff. You can click on assignments, and we've got a thing called trial assignment. We'll come back to that later. Let me just show you how to make up your own music. You want to look for this little folder that's got a music note on it. Click that. You can start a personal project, so you want to press mix editor. Remember, you can rewind or pause this video at any time if I'm going real fast. Okay, and the next thing you see is this screen here. In other videos, I'm going to show you how to use all of these different parts of it. But what I'm interested in today is loops, which are little bits of music that repeat over and over. Anyone who's used GarageBand knows what I'm talking about. And those are in here where it says Browse Loops. So press that. And remember, a loop is a little bit of music that repeats over and over. So it could be a bass line or it could be a drum kit part. And what Bandlab have done is they've organised them into these little packets, so that the ones that are similar to each other are all together. Or you can look at all the loops like that. And that's got every loop that it's got, which is a lot more than it appears to be there. You can see as I keep scrolling, it keeps adding more and more. So it's got thousands of loops. So I want to put in a drum part, so I'm going to pick this drums bit. This has got loads of different drums. So I'm going to go for a verse one, so let's just hear what that sounds like. So it's fairly ordinary, but it's alright. So you pick it up and you drag it in here. Now, you want to make sure it's right at the beginning. So it's no good if it's there or there. It needs to drag it so it's as far as it will go over, and then you press play. These buttons are just exactly what you'd expect. I can show you how to record another time, but you've got the play button, the forwards button, and the backwards button. Alright, so it's only short so far, isn't it? It's 2 bars. We want it to be longer. So you rest your arrow, your cursor up here, and you see this double arrow thing appears, and you want to drag that out So now it goes all the way to 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. Alright, let's go back to the beginning. Right, so now I've got a drum part. I want to add a different part, so I'm going to reset this. And this time, instead of using one of the loop packs, I'm going to go into all loops, and I'm only interested in finding a bass part now. So instead of looking through every single loop they've got, I'm going to type bass. Looks like bass, doesn't it? But it's bass. And I'm going to start looking through these parts. You can hear each one of them by clicking here. That's not really what I'm looking for. I see they're in alphabetical order as well, if there's one you can remember from another day. Okay. Let's try another one. That's an organ, apparently. That's not bad. I quite like that. Right, so I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to put it in here. Remember to drag it all the way to the beginning. You might as well extend it out so it's the same length as the other one. Put your music back at the beginning. Let's see what they sound like together. Pretty good. I'm not going to do too much more in this video because I want to divide things up into little bits. But one thing you can do, if you decided your bass, you want it to be louder or quieter, you can use this control here. And there are loads and loads of other things you can do. One little tip I will give you, if you just wanted to hear this music around and around, so that when it gets to here, when it gets to there, it doesn't stop playing, because that just stops, is you can press this button here, and it loops the music to wherever that red thing is, and you can move that as well. So if you watch, when it gets to the end of here, it'll go back again. And it's going to go back, so it'll just keep playing that. It's quite a useful button, that loop button there. Okay, when you're done with that, you can press save, and it will save it in your personal project. So you go to your library, so remember, save on the right hand side, library on the left hand side. It's called it new personal project, but you probably want to give it a better name than that. So we'll call it Funky. And that's how you've saved it. Okay, the next video will show you how to do the very first assignment, but that's it for now.